the Wisconsin Badgers, taking on the Stanford Cardinal. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Stanford about to tee it up to get this one going. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Badgers offense takes the field for the first time today. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on, they punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. To the air, it's Edwards. He's got an open man. He's loose. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. And the Badgers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They'll try the run. And they're able to get him down.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if the offense was going to be able to dig themselves out of this hole, but on 2nd in California, they dial up the running play, now setting up 3rd and short.
On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. He didn't even have a chance to get back to the line. What a job by this defensive front. The Badgers will call on their punt team. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Excellent job on the punt. Bounces out of bounds at the 5, and they'll have 95 yards to go in front of them. So the Stanford Cardinal offense comes out, and they'll have it for the first time today. And this might be a real challenge for this quarterback because that corner, David, can take away an entire half of the field.
Yeah, and that's the bright part of this defense. Like you know out wide exactly what you're getting week in and week out, and it is top flight. Like, one of the best in the country at your spot. So, interested to see how this passing attack works while avoiding that guy. Because I'm not going after him, Palmer.
Well, I don't think this quarterback has seen a secondary built like this. He definitely hasn't seen a corner with this guy's ability. And so, if he is going to try him, he better have really good timing. He better be very accurate. He better not be late throwing out-breaking routes because this dude will pick him off and take it to the house.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the 2nd down misfire. Oh, he wants it all. Makes the grab on the left side. They get him out of bounds and maybe save a score. He gets it to the 49-yard line. Stanford gets set to snap it on 1st down. Brown wants to pass. Quick strike complete. Good pickup, but a little bit short of the sticks. The margin for error so small in a conference like this, and in Big Ten play, really imperative to get off to a good start.
You really focus on all offseason getting off to such a great start, right? Start fast, win our conference. Well, this is step 1. And so I think you're so tired of hitting your own color jerseys, by the way. You're excited when you get in conference plays. You start to get some of that familiarity.
It's a seam wide open. He goes out of bounds across the 25, mark it at the 24, and this defense, its head is spinning. This Stanford offense is humming, set up with another 1st down. To the air on 1st down. Makes the grab. Heading to the end zone. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Cardinal. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
Here comes the Wisconsin offense to go back to work. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Gives it on the option. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
On the run, it's Dupree. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
On 3rd and short, the power run here. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into 4th down. And the Badgers will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He makes a fair catch, couple of steps inside his own 25 at the 23-yard line. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. Brown will throw it. He's got his man, makes the grab. Makes the grab almost to the 1st down marker, but a good pickup on that one. The Cardinal can be aggressive here on 2nd and short. They go to the ground. They'll make the stop behind the line of scrimmage, and that'll bring us to the end of the 1st quarter. At the end of the quarter, it is Stanford holding the edge. And we've come to the end of 1, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. Gets the back moving. 3rd down play from the gun. Got it in the middle. It's 4. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35. Passing game kept the drive moving. Here's 1st down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Finds his man down the middle. Turning on the Jets. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple 1st downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Looking for space. It's 4. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
Great job by the defense. A big key coming into this one was 3rd down defense. They're going up against one of the 25 best in the country in that time, making a nice tackle before the sticks to set up 4th.
So they're not comfortable with their field goal kicker from here, so the offense will go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a 1st down. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down. And that can really take the wind out of a defense's sails when you convert with a 4th down completion.
Great chemistry there between the quarterback and his target. 4th down, you got to have it. You got to be on the same page, and they were there.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
I like the idea going toss to the field, but you got to have better blocking by your wide receivers out there on the perimeter. They didn't get it done, and as a result, that's a negative play.
Throwing right. Makes the grab. And a nice grab with a defender right on him, and he's down at the 20. Stanford wants to push the pace. Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
Makes the catch. He's guided out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 6-yard line, and this defense has to be reeling. Stanford comes up with a 1st and goal. Tight end now in motion. Wide receiver going in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Going for the goal line. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Stanford!
One thing this team has shown early this year, it does not take them long to find their footing. They get off to fast starts. That was critical for them, winning their first game, and you've seen it here in this one too. They show up ready to go. There's no sleepwalking. I think you got to give this coaching staff a ton of credit for putting their players in good positions to have success.
And the returner will be brought down. Okay, here comes the Wisconsin offense onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great. So I know offensively, I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
They'll run play action. Unloads to the wideout. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover. They couldn't connect on 2nd down. Now staring at a 3rd and 9.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the 1st down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. Time to take a shot. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, at this juncture of the game, obviously the offense has struggled. No points up on the board. You're at the end of the first half, and you're just trying to make something happen. That time the quarterback thought he had a guy open way down the field, but again, the defense in perfect position, and that thing falls incomplete.
Back to throw, it's Edwards. He'll take another shot here. Makes the grab at the 30. Hits the crease. Touchdown, Badgers. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Leaves it with the running back. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Wants to go up top. Hit as he throws. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. The Cardinal will have to boot it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. And what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. 2nd down coming. To the air, it's Edwards. Here comes the heat. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. It's as if that ball had a magnet going back to the offense. How in the world did they keep it?
Well, the offense is able to avoid disaster right there. Problem is they fumbled it, but thankfully they were able to jump back on and not have a turnover.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Makes the grab. It's Anthony. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. The Badgers line up to punt it away. They'll look to pin them deep. He makes the catch at the 10. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Makes the grab. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. Wants to fire on second down. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. Makes the catch down the right side. Wide open spaces. Ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, and he's got it just outside the 10 at the 11. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Brown wants to pass. Here's a heat. He just wisely got rid of that when the worst thing that can happen to you is to turn it over on first down in the red zone. And here on second down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And now the lead is even bigger.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Coverage team there to make the stop. They avoid disaster, and that's the end of the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, after seeing that, sign me up for another 2 quarters there in Palo Alto.
And the Badgers will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. Pulled and fired complete. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
Well, give the defense credit because they're forcing this quarterback to throw into very small windows under duress.
Stanford to the line on 3rd and long. Pulls it in. It's 4. He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line.
Nice job by the running back catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job of it.
Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. After a good pickup on the run, it's 2nd down. Gonna look downfield again. got it behind the line. It's 4. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
The pull and throw off the RPO. He gets a little bit of work done. He goes out of bounds at the 42.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Using the quick game. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Stanford going back to work with another first down. Brown will throw it. He's got his man. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. Clock ticks across the 4-minute mark here in the third. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Knocked down, but not before he crossed into the red zone and picked up 4 yards down to the 17. Second down, he'll throw it. Firing to the right, complete. Tackle is made after the catch, but it'll set up first and goal from the 7. It's first and goal as Stanford comes to the line. They'll try to get it in with the run. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Offense changing the play. They've got it down to the 3. Now it's second and goal. Running play to the left here, looking for the end zone. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Cardinal! No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, and it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. The give to the tailback. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
Very little running room, if any, and he just hasn't had anywhere to go in this one. Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Catch in the middle, it's Anthony. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35. First down here for the offense. Leaves it with the back. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about.
There he goes. The spin, still on his feet. And they make the tackle, not before he gets the first down. Now let's see if they rush to the line or let the time run out here in the third. We've reached a break, and it is Stanford holding the lead. They built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. They'll move the tight end. They'll go to the ground. Running to Green. There he goes. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Looking to pass. It's Edwards. Oh, they're after him. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the country, and he's used to having his way. He's the one who's used to dictating to opposing defenses, but that has not been the case in this game. Here we are late. He's still under pressure.
He caught it, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Wisconsin. That had touchdown written all over it from the moment he caught the ball. Big play, big run for the Sooners.
Yeah, it had touchdown written all over it because nobody was covering him. It'd be a good idea to get a hand on him. You know, listen, I know you guys got some speed, and maybe you give him a cushion and give him some space, but that was a little aggressive on the space department there.
Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. Pulls it, fired complete. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the quarterback.
The Cardinal will have to come up with a huge play to keep this drive going on third down. Dumps it to the back. Quickly complete. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. He's got it. First down and more. Open space at the 25. And he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices. This Stanford offense moving quickly down the field. Brown wants to pass. Looking to scramble. They'll say he stepped out of bounds right at the 17. And now they've moved into the red zone. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Second down, they'll go to the air. Under fire. Looking for the score. And he can't find his man in the end zone as he was trying to pay off this red zone chance. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on third down. Snagged out of the air. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening first and goal from the 9. The Cardinal, once feeling the shadow of that goalpost, now have moved it out and putting a drive together. Touchdown, Stanford! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They add on to this lead, and it looks as if they'll be moving to 2-0.
And a lot of times late in football games, you'll see offenses get really, really conservative with the lead. I like how this offense didn't go against the clock. They stayed within themselves. They stayed true to who they were. And now, big-time advantage, big-time lead, up by 17 in the fourth quarter.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Starts the drive trying to go up top. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. The Badgers want to crank the tempo.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
And the Badgers come to the line on third and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Throws to the tight end. Intercepted. Man, they just can't get anything going. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passed, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
It's caught downfield. Touchdown, Cardinal! And the beatdown has ensued. That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in Week 3.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from this offense. Look, last week you found a way to win a close game. That's what you're supposed to do. But this offense looks like they're taking it to the next level, hitting their stride a little bit, finding out who they're going to be, and they've looked explosive today.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. The give out of the gun. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21.
You got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. Don't tell that to this defense, though. They've played with great effort. They've gotten hats to the football, and they have been able to shut him down.
And it's going to be hard for this offense, man. They've struggled to pass the football down the field, to make these explosive plays, and now huge deficit. Got to make them. Got to find a way to push the ball down the field to create some explosive plays if you want a chance to get back in this football game.
And he's brought down after a nice game.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. They're dealing with a second and long. Looking downfield, it's Edwards. Unloads it left. He's got it. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. The Badgers have it with a 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man on the right. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. Would they go for a big play on 1st and 10? Hand off from the gun. And a 9-yard gain on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short.
Well, the interesting thing about a run here trailing late is the defense isn't expecting it. That's the good news. Bad news, though, is you're still trailing. You need to score quickly, which means you need to be throwing the football right now.
To the air on 2nd down. And the quarterback is toast back at the 35.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man. Doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on, and now just throw another sack in the equation, hitting the quarterback, being disruptive. They've been all over the field.
And listen, everything's 4-down territory at this point when you're trailing by this much late in the game. So it's okay you didn't get the 1st down there, but now the pressure's on to convert this. Otherwise, it's ball game.
On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Here's the pressure. Throw to the end zone. It's picked off.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Give to the single back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Really nice job stopping the run, but the problem is you have 0 timeouts left. You cannot stop the clock right now if you're the defense, so this has got to be excruciating for them. They know the offense is just going to take their time before they snap the ball.
Toss sweep, trying to get it outside to the right. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
And you're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now it's tough sledding on the ground.
And that is how we will wrap this one up. And this is exactly the start that they'd envisioned. Get out of the gate, go 3